At the minute, the state of publishing is a very exciting time. It's changing rapidly, it's changing drastically. Lots of the more established methods of getting books published are no longer relevant. Only a couple of years ago, before I released the Never pages, I was sending out the usual 3 chapters and a synopsis to, I don't know, I think I sent it to 30, 40 literary agents, waited a few months. Like everybody else, it's standard, you get your rejection letters because they get piles of books. And now, for better or worse, I don't have to deal with that anymore. I can publish my books, I can get them made, I can hold a physical copy of my book, which is wonderful, or I can release my electronic books. And it's very exciting. I think you can, whatever you can think of, whatever you can imagine, you can get it in print and you can get it out there, and it doesn't sit as a stack of papers under my desk. It doesn't sit as a copy of the one book that I managed to print. It doesn't sit under my bed. I can get people to read it if I wanted to. And it's nice to be able to get stories out of my head and perhaps into people's hands. And also, it's nice to have a bit of legacy, The good thing about the electronic book is that it'll never get pulped. It's going to be there forever, for better or for worse. Never pages, hats off to Brandenburg, are out in the public domain forever. That's quite nice for me. That feels good. But yeah, it's exciting. If you have an idea, you want to get a book out there, you can, which has never happened before. You've had to have a significant investment for vanity publishing, or you've had to get lucky in the traditional routes. You don't really need that anymore. You can just go, be free. It's great. The freedoms afforded are great. I can write whatever I want. I'm my own boss in terms of structure, story, what I want to say, how I want to say it. If I have an idea for the cover, if I have an idea for the pagination or some kind of format design for the interior, I can do that. I can do whatever I want. If I want to write, if I want to slide in a manuscript or a play or a screenplay within that, I can do that. I don't really have any other outside forces or influences or editors per se with like a sales slant or another agenda that they might want to press upon the book. I'm completely free to write whatever I want and service the story in the way that I personally see fit. The disadvantage of being an indie author is, from a creative point of view, sometimes it's good to have people around that say, rein it in a bit, or you've gone too far there, or just to bounce ideas off of. You can get quite stubborn or pig-headed about ideas. You find it harder to let things go that aren't working because you want to develop it further, and you might love a particular character even if that character can be combined with another character to make a stronger one. It's harder to let things go because you don't have someone telling you to. Business-wise, as an indie author, you have to do everything. You have to write, you have to think about the design, you have to think about the illustration, the marketing, the sales, where it's going to go, all that kind of stuff which can cloud the actual writing, because the story is paramount, the story is what matters. But the indie author also has to think about all the marketing, all the business, all the administrative stuff that usually would be taken away from them. The indie author is kind of like a one-man band like that. Have to do everything. But fortunately for me, I'm surrounded by a really strong group of friends whose opinion I trust and whose judgment I trust, and they're really good at proofing and editing or telling me when I'm gone too far or not far enough. They're great designers and artists. So I've surrounded myself by a good troupe, I guess, of artists and people who can help.